Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a closer look at the Polytech R1N4 Plus preschool programmable robot. We've got the specs, the features lists. Basically, we want to unpack how this thing is supposed to teach little kids 4 and up about tech and, well, other stuff too.
Exactly. And it's aiming pretty high, it's not just about playing. The idea is to cultivate logical thinking, creativity.
Problem solving.
Problem solving, yeah. Through like basic engineering concepts, a bit of electronics, control logic, even foundational computer science ideas for preschoolers.
Okay, so quite ambitious. What's under the hood, so to speak? What are the key features?
Well, it's got a few cool things. It moves on 2 wheels, a standard 2-wheel drive.
Right.
And it has this little tipper, kind of like a bulldozer scoop that can actually lift.
Oh, neat. Physical interaction.
Yeah, exactly. Plus programmable lights, LEDs, which give that instant feedback, and screen programming capability.
Hang on, screen programming for 4-year-olds. How does that work?
It has to be super visual, right? Think icons, drag and drop stuff, not lines of code. Very simplified.
Gotcha. Okay, what else?
It's packed with sensors, there's a temperature meter, a microphone for recording sound, and a speaker to play it back. Imagine the possibilities there.
Yeah, interactive stories maybe.
Totally. Then there's an electronic compass, so it knows direction, and an accelerometer to sense motion and tilt.
Wow.
And Bluetooth, of course, for wireless connection. Oh, and a contact switch, like a little bumper.
A bumper sensor. And I saw something about drawing.
Yes, that's a fun one. It has a slot for a marker, a water-based one, so it can actually draw on a surface.
Okay, so it's bridging digital commands with physical actions, like drawing and lifting. What's the educational thinking behind packing all this in for such young kids?
The core idea seems to be introducing robotics and programming fundamentals, but making it feel like play. The creators talk about it being a teaching aid, making learning easier, faster, and importantly, more fun.
Engagement is key at that age, definitely.
Yeah.
How does it actually teach them something? Any examples?
Sure. So imagine a simple quiz, true or false. The child programs the robot to, say, move to the true area. If they get it right, maybe the robot flashes green lights or plays a happy sound. Instant positive reinforcement. It makes abstract logic really tangible.
That makes sense, seeing the direct result. So what kind of range of actions can it perform? Moving, lights, what else?
It's pretty versatile. Basic motion, obviously. Playing songs or sounds it recorded. Pushing light objects with that bulldozer bit. Doing the marker drawings we mentioned. Playing music, and running those interactive tests or quizzes.
Okay, a fair bit. Now, the programming side. How do the kids actually tell it what to do?
They can program visual cues, like the flashing LEDs and the audio sounds, music, but also the movement.
Right, the wheels.
Yeah, they can program the 2-wheel motion, either thinking in terms of like X and Y coordinates on a flat surface.
Spatial reasoning starting early.
Exactly. Or just telling it to go to specific points on a grid or mat.
And how do they input these commands? What's the interface?
So they can use a tablet or smartphone, connecting via Bluetooth for remote control. Or, a bit more old school, connect directly with a USB cable.
Okay.
The whole thing is built around the micro.bit microcontroller. You program it, and the commands run wirelessly from the device if you're using Bluetooth.
Micro.bit. Yeah, that rings a bell in education tech. Why use that?
Well, the micro.bit was literally designed for education. It uses open source libraries, simple programming environments. It's meant to make coding accessible.
So it's the robot's brain, basically, but a brain designed for learning.
Pretty much. And the micro.bit itself has built-in sensors, microphone, accelerometer, compass, temperature, touch, plus a little 5x5 LED grid display and a speaker. The robot leverages all of that.
So the robot isn't adding all the sensors, it's using the micro.bit's built-in ones, too. Clever. Can it remember much? How complex can the programs get?
It can store over 35 programming commands. That gives kids enough room to experiment and build sequences, not super complex, but enough for that age.
Right. Now, it doesn't just come as a robot, right? There are activities included.
Oh, yeah. Loads. Over 50 activities and quizzes, they say. Each around 15 to 30 minutes.
And they cover different subjects.
They're themed. There's mathematics, looking at size, shapes, patterns, numbers, my body organs, senses, even feelings. And environment, animals, ecosystems, time, plants, the universe.
Wow, that's broad. From coding to biology and math. Give me an example or two of an activity.
Okay, there's one called Heartbeat, probably using the speaker to mimic rhythms. Another uses the 5x5 LED display to show emotions.
Ah, connecting tech to social emotional learning.
Yeah, or using the temperature sensor or the compass for navigation following the Little Dipper. That sounds more involved programming-wise. Plus, lots of quizzes reinforcing those themes.
So it's really a cross-curricular tool using the robot as the medium. What about the build quality? Can it survive preschooler handling?
Seems like they thought about that. It's made of durable, environment-friendly material. They mentioned heat and chemical resistance. And importantly, no sharp corners, no small parts. Choking hazard awareness.
Good. Sturdy.
Looks like it. It assembles with screws and bolts, not just flimsy clips.
And what's actually in the box? Is it ready to go?
You get the microdot-bit V2 itself, a controller, the servo motors, one for 360-degree rotation, one for 180-degree tilt, probably for the scoop, USB cable, the acrylic body panels, wheels, spacers, screws, nuts, the marker, screwdrivers, wrench, even batteries. It's quite complete.
A whole kit. And does it need a special surface?
It comes with a double-sided laminated activity track, like a mat. It's got grid panels, 5 by 5 centimeters on one side, 10 by 10 centimeters on the other.
Ah, for that coordinate programming.
Exactly. Gives them a defined space. And the whole kit packs away in a plastic storage box. And remember that marker slot? They can draw right on that mat or paper.
So wrapping up, the Polytech R1N4 plus tie-dye. It really seems like a comprehensive package, trying to introduce some pretty core STEM concepts through essentially guided play.
Yeah, I mean, the range of activities is impressive, connecting programming basics to math, science, even feelings. That's quite holistic. And the design seems genuinely focused on safety and usability for young kids.
It definitely makes you think, doesn't it? How tools like this can ignite that early STEM interest and build those crucial problem-solving skills from such a young age.
Absolutely.
And it poses a wider question, maybe, what other everyday objects could we reimagine to teach complex stuff to kids in an engaging way, something to mull over?
For sure. A great thought to end on.
Thanks for diving into this with us today.